Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're building something powerful, a FIRE calculator in Python that helps you estimate how long it'll take to reach financial independence and retire early. But we're not just crunching numbers. We're going to visualize your path to financial independence with a dynamic savings growth chart that shows exactly how your money compounds over time. Whether you're just starting your FIRE journey or refining your strategy, this tool gives you clarity, confidence, and a clear roadmap. So let's dive in and start coding your future. All right, so right now I'm currently on Google's website. It's called colab.research.google.com, and I'm on it because it makes it really easy to get started programming in Python. So if you're going to code along with me, just go to this website and then log in with your Google account to get started writing your Python code. Okay, so to get started here, we're going to go ahead and click on File, click on New Notebook in Drive. This will open up a new tab for us, and it will also open up a new cell for us, and that's where we're going to start coding. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to import the libraries that we need for this program. So here I'm just going to put in some comments, import the matplotlib library, and we're going to be using this for plotting charts, and Google has already made a suggestion for us. It put import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, so I'm just going to tab over, and that works for me. So let's go ahead and run this cell by clicking that button in the left here, and we get a check mark, so we know it's good. Let's create a new cell by clicking that code button in the top left. Okay, so next we're going to define a function to calculate the years until FIRE. And I'm not sure if you know what FIRE stands for. It stands for Financial Independence Retire Early. So we are going to create a function to calculate years until FIRE, and we're going to track the savings growth. Okay, so let's create that function. I'm going to call it calculate underscore FIRE underscore years. And inside here, we're going to take in a person's current age. We're going to take in their annual expenses. So how much does it cost them to live annually, right? Their expenses per year. Then we're going to get the savings rate, which is how much they're able to save. And let's get the annual income, and let's get their current savings. So how much have they currently saved? And then we're going to get the expected return. Actually, we're going to default this to be 0.07, so like 7%, right? So we're going to expect a annual return of 7%. And let's go ahead and add a withdrawal rate as well. Okay, so I'm going to set this to 0.04 or 4%. And this is based off of the 4% rule. All right, so I think that looks good. All right, so let's create a variable called FIRE underscore target. This is the, or will be the FIRE number. This is the number that you would expect that you would need if you are going to be withdrawing 4% per year or whatever your withdrawal rate is. So we're going to take your annual expenses and divide that by the withdrawal rate. In this case, it's being divided by 0.04, right? Because it's the default for now, unless we put something else in that parameter. And that's the same thing as multiplying your annual expenses by 25. Okay, so here, this is your FIRE target or number, and I'll put or FIRE number. Okay, next we're going to get the annual savings. So I'm going to create a variable called annual savings, and I'm going to set this equal to the annual income times the savings rate. Okay, so this calculates how much is saved each year. So it calculates how much is saved each year. Alrighty. Next, let's go ahead and get years, and we're going to initialize that to 0. So this will be our years counter. Alrighty. And let's go ahead and create a variable called savings underscore history. And this will allow us to start tracking savings over time. So we're going to put in the current savings. So it's just a list. It's going to be a list of our savings that we're going to start tracking. So we're going to be appending to this list as we go on. All right. So here, actually, I will put start tracking savings over time. Okay. So let's bring this up. This is what everything looks like so far. Okay. So now let's loop until the savings reach or exceed the F.I.R.E target. And I can put that in comments. Loop until the savings reach or exceed the F.I.R.E target. So or actually, I'm going to do a while loop. So while current savings is less than our F.I.R.E target, we're going to keep looping through. All right. So also, I want to see what Google has put here. So it suggested current underscore savings equal to current savings times 1 plus expected return plus annual savings. Okay, that'll work. And then it's appending the current savings to our savings history, and then it's incrementing the years by 1. Oh, that looks really good. I'm just going to tab over. All right. So let's put here what it's doing. So here it's applying compound growth to the current savings and adding the annual savings to the portfolio. And maybe I put that on top. It's pretty long. I'm just going to highlight all this, copy it, and I'm going to do Control X. And let's put that right on top using Control V. All right. And then here we are recording the updated savings. And we're going to do this for the plot. Okay. And I'll put for the plot. All right. And then, of course, this is our counter. So we're just incrementing the year counter. All right. So that looks good. Let's put in some safety checks. So safety check, we're going to prevent infinite loop or infinite loops, or prevent a infinite loop, if F.I.R.E is unreachable. Okay. So if years, we just say if years is greater than 100, then I'm going to return none, comma, none, and I'm going to return the savings underscore history. All right. So that's only if the goal is unrealistic. You can put this number to whatever you want to. I think 100 years is good. So, all right, we have that. Let's go ahead and get the F.I.R.E age. So this will be the age at which F.I.R.E is achieved for the person. So that's going to be their current age plus the years, right? So that looks good. And I'm going to just tap over because it looks like Google has already did what I wanted it to do, which is return the F.I.R.E age. It's going to return the years and the saving history. And actually, I'm going to have the years first. No real reason, just personal preference here. So we have years, F.I.R.E age, and saving history. All right. So I think that's good. Let's go ahead and run the cell. Let's create a new one. All right, and now in this cell, what we're going to do is we're going to define a function to plot the savings growth over time versus our F.I.R.E target. Okay, so I like what this is called here. So we're going to define plot underscore savings underscore growth, and I'm just going to tab over for now. And let's see, we have years. Years is good. We can use the savings history, and we can use our, or we can put in our F.I.R.E target, right? So we're gonna have some F.I.R.E target that should be good. So let's see. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to create a figure size. So we're gonna type plt dot figure, and let me bring this up a little bit. All right, and we're gonna give it a fig size. 10 by 6 is good, so I'm just gonna tab over, and then let's see here. We have another suggestion, plt dot plot. We're going to plot. I'm going to get rid of all of this here. All right, so we're going to plot savings underscore history, and we are also going to, yeah, let's give this a label. So we're going to set the label to be equal to, I like savings growth, but we're going to do savings over time, and the color will be equal to blue. All right, I like that. All right, then we're going to type, okay, I like what Google's suggesting here. plt.x h line, y is going to equal our F.I.R.E target. So it's just going to be one line. The color is going to equal R, which is red. And then the line style will be dash dash, which works for me. And the label will be F.I.R.E target. So that looks really good. The x-axis will be, or x-axis label will be years. The y-axis label will be savings, and then it's giving us a title. So I like all this. I'm just going to just tab over for now, and maybe I'll change a few things. So here we have plt.x label, and the label will be years, so that works. Next we have plt.y label, and it puts savings here. I'm going to put total savings and then put a $sign because we're in USD. So this will be on the y-axis, the label on the y-axis. Next we have plt.title. So it's going to be our title. Right here, put savings growth over time. I'm going to put F.I.R.E progression, and then savings versus target. All right. And then we have a legend. So it's going to show a legend for clarity. And let's type plt.grid through. So we're adding a grid for readability. And I like the plt.show to display the chart. And we're going to also add plt.tight underscore layout. All right, and that's to optimize layout spacing. So I think that looks good. And here the color is R, but I'm going to put RED just to make sure it is understandable. So we have the color being red. All right, so let's go ahead and run this. Let's create a new cell. All right, so now in this cell, we will get the user's input and run the program. All right, so let's get the user's, I'm going to bring this up a little bit. We're going to get the user's current age. So I'm going to create a variable called current underscore age. And we could make this an input where they have to input something. So we'll ask, what is your current age? And then they'll input the age. But for now, I'm just going to just set it to a specific number. So that's the user's current age. Next, we're going to get the annual expenses. So this is the estimated yearly spending. So let's say that they spend $17,500 a year, and then the savings rate, let's say they're able to save 50% of their portion of income saved annually. All right. So maybe I put some comments here. So this is the estimated yearly spending. This is the user's current age. This is the portion of income saved annually. All right. And let's get their annual income. So let's say this person makes 35,000 per year. Yeah, because 35,000 will be double this. So if their annual income is 35,000 and their savings rate is 50%, then that means that they're going to be saving 17,500 and the rest is going to go to expenses. Okay, I think that's good. And it's their total annual income. And now that I think about it, we probably could have calculated. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue. So next we're going to do current savings. So this is how much they currently have saved or invested. So right now we have $0. Let's say we have $0 invested. So here, this is the current savings slash investments. And let's bring this up. And now let's run our F.I.R.E calculator or F.I.R.E calculation with the user's input. So we're going to have years, F.I.R.E age, saving history. I'm just going to tab over here. And we're setting it equal to calculate underscore F.I.R.E underscore years, which is the function that we created. It's going to take in the current age, the annual expenses, the savings rate, the annual income, and the current savings. Okay, and then of course we have two other parameters. If I go up here, but they are defaulted, right? So we don't have to put them there, which is the expected return and the withdrawal rate. All right, so let's come back down here. And I think that's good. I'm just going to press enter here to get this all on the screen. Okay. All right. So that looks good. Next, let's go ahead and display the results if F.I.R.E is achievable. So if years is not equal to, let me bring this up a little bit. If years is not equal to none, then we can print, let's see, we can print, you can read F.I.R.E in space years, and then I'll put years here or less, add age, and then we'll put age here, or actually it's what, F.I.R.E age. We'll put F.I.R.E underscore age here. All right, and then comma, and then I'll put a period. All right, hopefully that looks good when we print. And I'm gonna put else. We're gonna print, let's see, else we're going to print, we're gonna print F.I.R.E goal may be unrealistic with current inputs. Okay, and we're also going to plot. So let's go ahead and plot underscore we're going to use our function plot underscore savings underscore growth, and we're going to put in the savings history and the annual expenses. So annual expenses, and we need to divide this by, in this case, it'd be 0.04, right? Because that's our default for the withdrawal rate. I probably could have made this function a little bit better. And yeah, I probably could have made that a little bit better. But, oh, well, here we go. It looks good for now. Let's go ahead and run this. And there we go. So here we see it prints, you can reach FIRE in 15 years or less at age 35. And I'm going to get rid of that space right here. And let's run this one more time. Okay, so yes, you can reach FIRE in 15 years or less at age 35. So that's, of course, 15 years, you're 20 years old. So 20 plus 15 is 35. And remember, we are going to be withdrawing 4% of our 4% of our savings. And this right here is estimating that our annual returns are 7% on average. So that's pretty much it. That's the visualization. Maybe I can zoom out a little bit. There we go. And that's what the chart looks like. Okay, so let's make a few changes. Let's put in here some other some other annual expected return. So I'll put in something like 0.08. And let's say that we're withdrawing 0.08. Now, how long will it take? So I'm going to put 0.08 here as well. Let's go ahead and run this. And so now you can reach FIRE in 10 years or less at age 30. Okay. And we can see that visually with this chart, where the red line is our FIRE target or FIRE number, and the blue line is our savings or investments over time at 8% on average returns. So pretty cool. You can play with this calculator however you want to. I just hope that you all enjoyed it. So that's a wrap. You've just built a FIRE calculator that not only crunches the numbers, but visualizes your journey to financial independence. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a tool that helps you take control of your future, or any other programs that are created on this channel. Drop a comment below if you want to see this expanded into a Streamlit dashboard or integrated with real ETF data. Until next time, keep coding, keep saving, and keep chasing FIRE. And I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.